In my last video, I talked about the credit cards that I have that have annual fees and whether I should keep them, downgrade them, or cancel them. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some things you might want to consider when it comes time to possibly cancel a credit card. Before you cancel a credit card, there may be some things that you want to ask yourself, and you should ask yourself why you might want to cancel a card. I think the biggest reason why someone would want to cancel a credit card is if it has an annual fee on it. If you have cards that have no annual fees, I don't see any reason to cancel them. I keep all of my cards open and have no annual fees, but if your card does have an annual fee, that's when you want to think about potentially canceling it. So let's get into some things that you might want to look at before you actually cancel that card. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to evaluate the benefits of the card. You might want to take a look at the multipliers of the card first of all. So, for example, if you have the American Express Blue Cash Preferred card and you get 6% cash back on groceries, but you don't like the $95 annual fee, you might want to downgrade it to the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card. However, you might want to consider how much you would earn in rewards if you had the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card with the same amount of spend that you're spending on the Blue Cash Preferred card, and see which one that you might be earning more rewards in when you factor in that $95 annual fee. Some other things you might want to consider are the credits that the card offers to help offset that annual fee. Or if you have a hotel card, look at the benefits of that card. If it gives you a free night certificate, that might be a reason to keep the card. Or if you have an airline card that gives you free checked bags, you might want to consider that also whenever you're thinking about canceling a card. The next step you might want to take is see if the card has a downgrade path before you decide to cancel it. Because let's say you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card and you decide that the $95 annual fee that it has is not giving you positive value. Or if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card and you're not getting any benefits with the $550 annual fee that card offers. So you could possibly downgrade those cards into one of the Chase Freedom cards, like the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Chase Freedom Flex card, or even the OG Chase Freedom card. And those cards, those Freedom cards, all have no annual fees, so that is a path that you could take. Now, if you have a card that has no downgrade path into a no annual fee card, then you may want to cancel it. Now, if you have one of the American Express charge cards like the green card, the gold card, or the platinum card, keep in mind that if you do cancel that card and you have any membership rewards points, those points may go away whenever you cancel those cards. The only way to keep those points alive is if you have an American Express checking account, or if you have the Blue Business Preferred card, which has no annual fee. Then those two ways are ways in order to keep those membership rewards points alive where you would have no annual fee. While we're still talking about American Express, keep in mind that if you do cancel one of their cards, you may end up in the American Express pop-up jail, which will affect your ability to get welcome offers on any new American Express cards that you apply for. So do keep that in mind. Now, if you do end up in pop-up jail, you may not be in there permanently. You may just be in there for a certain amount of time until time goes by, and then you may be able to apply for a card again and you may be able to get the welcome offer. So do keep pop-up jail in mind when you're canceling one of your American Express cards. Some other things to consider when you want to cancel a card: think about the downgrade path and think about what the credit card issuer's guidelines are for downgrading. Now, there are some issuers like Bank of America who will allow you to product change a card into a totally different Bank of America card. Like, for example, the Alaska Airlines card. If you have that card and you decide you want to get rid of that card, you can potentially downgrade that card into one of the Bank of America cashback cards, like the unlimited cash card or the customized cash card. So think about that also. Think about the guidelines for each issuer. Now, another thing to consider also in that is if you have a hotel card, like with Chase or American Express, oftentimes, or even an airline card, there is oftentimes a downgrade path into a no annual fee version of that card. So do keep that in mind also. Most issuers do require you, when you downgrade a card, to stay in the same family of cards. Like, for example, with Chase, if you have one of their cards that earns Chase Ultimate Rewards points, you do have to stay in that family of cards. So if you go from a Sapphire card to a Freedom card, you're still in the same card family. So you would be able to downgrade that way. Also with Citi, with their thank you point earning cards, you do have to stay in their thank you point earning card family in order to downgrade one of those cards. Now, when you're downgrading hotel cards and airlines cards, most issuers, you're going to have to stay within that hotel brand or that airline brand whenever you downgrade those cards. One final thing to think about when you decide to cancel a card: keep in mind of the impact that it can have on your credit score. Now, if you do cancel a card and your card is in good standing, then that card will stay on your credit report for 10 years. And any on-time payments that you had with that card will help your credit score. However, your credit score may be impacted with your credit utilization. So if you do cancel a card, your credit utilization will probably go up. So that can also impact your credit score. Let's take a look at a couple examples here of what might happen if you were to cancel a card and what would happen to your credit utilization if you do cancel a card. Before we take a look at those examples, I do want to go over real quick what a FICO score is and what it's made up of. Now, as you can see in this slide here, 35% of your FICO score is made up on your payment history, and then 30% of your FICO score is made up of your credit utilization. And that's what we're talking about in the following scenario, is how when you cancel a credit card, how it can affect your credit utilization, which is 30% of your FICO score. So here is a credit utilization scenario. So let's say someone has 3 credit cards, and their first credit card has a no annual fee, and it has a $2,500 credit line, and they have a $525 balance on it that was reported to the credit bureaus. So with that card, they're using 21% of their credit line. With credit card number 2, they have a no annual fee card here, and they have a credit line of $5,000 with a reported balance of $800. So that's 16% utilization on that card. And then credit card number 3 has a $150 annual fee, and they're anticipating on canceling this card, so it does have a reported balance of $0 because you do want to have the card paid off before you do cancel it. So let's look at the total credit lines of 2,500 plus 5,000 plus 8,000 equals $15,500 in total available credit. And then their total reported balances are $1,325. So if you divide the $1,325 that into $15,500, then that's going to equal 8.5% or 9% utilization. So in that scenario, their overall credit utilization is excellent because it's less than 10%. So here's the next scenario. If they were to cancel that card that has the annual fee, and so credit card number 1 still has the $525 balance, and credit line number 2 has the $800 reported balance. So then their total credit lines are going to equal $7,500 with a reported balance of $1,325. So if you divide that $1,325 into $7,500, that's going to equal 17.6% utilization or 18% utilization if you round it up. So therefore, their credit utilization will be now good instead of excellent because it's greater than 10% but less than 30%. So you kind of get the idea of what can actually happen to your credit utilization. And being that your credit utilization is 30% of your FICO score, then in this scenario, their credit score is going to go down because their overall credit utilization is higher after they cancel that credit card with the annual fee. That concludes today's video. If you liked what you saw in today's video, please give the video a like down below and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to see the video I did, my last video, where I went over whether to keep, downgrade, or cancel one of my annual fee cards, click this video right here. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next video. You be blessed, stay safe, and bye for now.